Are steam tanks any good? I told you guys much the same story in the Iron Demon video a while back. If you see the steam tank as a cannon with armor, you will hate it with a passion. If you appreciate the value of a proper hybrid unit, one that can actually slug it out in melee, unlike, war wagons, the steam tank suddenly looks like an Empire monster unit made of faith, steel, and definitely gunpowder. Put like that, it's kind of awesome. Please like, subscribe, comment, and consider joining to my Ko-Fi page so I can expand my real-life streamer arsenal. Your support keeps me going in all senses. The steam tank is a single entity which costs 1900 gold to recruit and has an upkeep of 475, so it is expensive. Health comes in at 9068 on Ultra with 160 armor. Yes, 160. And leadership at 100, but it has the unbreakable trait anyway. Speed is 48, which is decidedly lower than the war wagons, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Melee attack is listed as 36, with an attack interval of 4 and a large splash radius with a maximum of 4 targets damaged in one splash attack. I note that this is only quote-unquote 4. This is not a giant swinging a club at a horde. Melee defense is 10, which reflects the extreme lack of fine agility the tank has. That's hand in hand with the armor. Weapon strength is 200, which you might recognize as where the Chaos Dwarf war machines started at. Base damage is 60, and armor piercing is 140 with a bonus versus infantry of 18. This means that the steam tank can probably outdamage small groups of infantry, but is woefully inadequate against massive blobs. But we'll get to that. In the first place, this is the physical ramming done by the tank. There is an unlisted steam exhaust attack, and I'm not sure how damaging it is, but it sure bounces models into the air. So the tank is not completely helpless. More to the point, charge bonus is 80. 80! And mass is 5000, so what you're staring at is a tank that's essentially a heavy war chariot with a cannon strapped to it. Like I said, if you imagine it as being all about the cannon, you'll be deeply disappointed. So in terms of self-offense, the steam tank wants to be constantly on the move. Often you'll see it more in defense, desperately trying to hold off the enemy in place of a line. That isn't to say it's bad at the job, it's to say the job is inherently desperate. That's your last resort. As for the cannon, it's very much a cannon. Ammunition is 40, which is important because it means pot shots are not just okay, they're exactly what you should be doing. Range is 380, missile damage is 400, and more on that in a second. Base missile damage is 88, and armor piercing damage is 352. You get 1 shot per volley, but reload time is 11. 11 is much, much faster than the actual great cannons, so you have almost twice the ammo and literally half the reload time. Even with standard disclaimers, single entities are stronger the smaller the unit size. This is still not bad considering it's a hybrid unit, as long as you use the hybrid part. Total accuracy is 40 and calibration distance is 275 with a calibration area of 8. It is therefore slightly more accurate than the regular great cannon. As for the special sauce, the steam tank inflicts fear and terror, which is not something you see much among Empire units except for, let's say, Karl Franz's Deathclaw. The tank is a siege attacker and has perfect vigor. I heard about this through the grapevine, but it had been years since I'd played Empire seriously. Perfect vigor is something you have to fight to get in the Chaos Dwarf roster for war machines, but here you get it for free. Well, free with a tier 5 war machine that's as expensive as they get, but still, it means, put bluntly, you can take pot shots all day, run the tank around, and making little cavalry chase it around, and then fight at 100% power when you charge into a blob of infantry. This is incredible. Maybe it's not enough for people to call the steam tank good, but I appreciate this big improvement over the old style because there's nothing worse than a tired crew driving a tank into a blob and having your melee stats reduced from the get-go. In the Lord Redline skills, Mighty Forge offers up to 8% reload time reduction and up to 15% ward save, reducing damage from all sources, which is just absolutely wonderful for steam tank longevity. I mean, they're not bad out of the gate, but this will buy you time even against Black Orcs or Dark Shards. Not much necessarily, but it's a chance for survival. Artillery Master works for steam tanks at rank 7 or above, offering plus 20% ammunition, plus 12% missile strength, and 10% more reload time reduction. All wonderful. And you should be able to shepherd your tanks to rank 7 soon enough. The tech tree offers 8% more reload time reduction, 8% more weapon strength, and 10% more ammo, plus higher recruit rank, in common with most artillery units. And also, -1 recruit time, which reduces it from 3 to 2 turns. This is all quite good and potent. To revisit use of the steam tank, the tank gives you the option to replace Lord and Hero usage as speed bumps for enemies charging your guns. But the steam tank can also initiate battle with long-range pot shots ahead of the line, letting you maintain a stiffer defensive position using natural barriers while inducing the enemy to charge. If the enemy didn't charge, you could just empty 40 rounds by default and roll to friendly lines smiling. No, that's not going to happen. They'll charge. So, knowing the steam tank is a natural target for balance of power reasons, you want to be able to use them to help out with all kinds of things. The skirmish game, holding the line, sure, but also focus firing giants and cavalry and other similar targets. Cannonballs care not about how pretty your shield is. Finally, while not ideal in melee itself, the steam tanks are a wonderful resource for running over infantry. That's where Perfect Vigor really shines. I think that it's an irony of design that hybrid units can't be so good at what they do to outshine dedicated, you have one job units, but the fact they're designed that way means that people scorn them for not being good enough at any job. For campaign, steam tanks are a luxury, but they're a luxury you can find a place for. Like I said, using Lords and Heroes as tanks quote-unquote to draw attacks for your ranged support is an important role in Empire play, and steam tanks can take some of that burden away. Some of it is matchup dependent, since 160 armor means anything not dedicated solely to armor piercing will have a miserable time doing damage to them. Either way, you need the rest of your force to be able to bring enough firepower to take advantage, or the steam tank really is a waste. So, bring firepower. You have options. Use them. Take care, and have fun dropping a Comet of Cassandora on a huge blob around a steam tank. You know you want to.